Alright, Shalom. Call William La, Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakat, Kodash. Double honors to Apostle Elder Great Millstone, Shalom to Hope for Lake. This is the brother call from the GMS Cleveland Camp, but willing with edifying lesson. It's gonna be kind of like a part two because the video I did a couple days ago. Cause I was going into the topic, this the hot topic, Chris Brown with the adultery at these concerts and shit, and I was going to the point, how women are groupies, and in this fallen corrupt world, they're groupies in wickedness. You know what I'm saying? They're groupies in they'll leave their husband to get with another man that with more status or fame, XYZ, and they'll be groupies for him. And I was making a point how in the kingdom of heaven, women will be groupies in righteousness. All right, because again, the mindset of being a groupie really isn't a completely negative. It's just as long as it's done in order. The woman, she's supposed to look up to her husband along with her sister wives and another group of women, and highly esteem that man. That's the correct order that the Heavenly Father established. But in this fallen corrupt world, in wickedness, these women they'll leave their husband. They don't esteem their husband. They treat their husband like shit, and then they'll worship in esteem. They say will commit adultery with men, again, some so-called quote-unquote celebrities, right? So again, like I said, I was making a point in that video a couple days ago. I was like how some days ago, last week, I was like how it always happens with celebrities, not just Chris Brown. I'm sure very soon to be another one. And now look at this. This is hot in the news right now. All right, you got this woman. She left her man to be with a fucking football player, soccer player, whatever you want to say it. I know people over there in UK and shit. They be like they get offended, like, or they like mock that America, they call it soccer, football, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And I don't watch football. I don't even watch sports at all no more. But I never watched like soccer. I don't know. I have no idea who the hell this guy is. But obviously he's some guy who's they just won the World Cup or some shit. But you got this woman right here. So 3 weeks ago she was with her. We had her man. She was with him for 5 years. Then she got DM'd by this guy, this soccer player, this football player, and now she left and was him. She broke up with her dude. Now she's committing adultery with this guy, right? So you see, it says, again, I don't even know who this guy is, but again, some celebrity. Layman Yamal's new girlfriend was with her ex of 5 years just 3 weeks ago, and now is posing at the World Cup final victory game with Yamal, which again is proving the point again. Women are groupies. This is how women are. And a man they deem of, again, status, fame, okay, riches. They're gonna go for him every time. Like I said, I get an example. We've been reading the scriptures about Bathsheba. Bathsheba, I met a brother, I think his brother's from Philly. He did a beautiful lesson. It's entitled, I think, I might even play a clip from it. I might pull it up. But it's entitled For You Brothers Who Struggle with Women. It was a very heavy video. He was going into that about basically the mindset of women being groupies. He didn't have to use that word, but that was the point he was making, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how women are wired. Okay? And so once you understand that, everything makes sense. Right? But again, this wicked world, this adultery is not lawful. Women are not permitted to be doing this. And it says wickedness, man. Look here, you with this dude. She commenting right here, I love you, babe. And then fucking 3 weeks later, now she's calling this dude my love. You did it. Congratulations, my love. You are a champion of the world. Again, like, people point out this is the madness of these women because literally this dude's going to sleep with you for like a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, and then he's going to be on to the next. And so you just like threw away your relationship for nothing. But again, the woman's mind, it doesn't operate like that, right? So yeah, again, it says ended a 5-year relationship with her boyfriend 2 weeks after the Layman Yamal sent her a message on Instagram, right? It says, and then she did response to everybody on her ass. You read the comment section, everybody's fucking, all the men are on her getting, condemning this bitch. She posted a long ass response. I'm not fucking reading all of it, but she fucking said that towards the end, I'm just living my life. And of course, you got the women in the comment section supporting her for her adulterous behavior. Right, talking about she's 19, let her live her life. She's doing the right thing, and why do you men care about what a young 19-year-old woman does? See, that's the thing. You don't understand judgment. Wickedness cannot be tolerated. All right, righteous judgment has to go forth. You can't just life is not supposed to be a free for all where everybody's an individual and they're doing whatever the hell they want to do. All right, But see, again, these would be the same women. They're shocked when men aren't so-called quote-unquote chivalrous anymore. When men don't give a fuck. Men ain't trying to have no serious relationships with you. Because you know at any moment that the culture of this society is, of Esau's world, is that this celebrity culture where basically you got all these women who are just chasing after, rappers, athletes, entertainers, okay, and will leave their men in a drop of a dime and commit adultery with one of these guys just to get dropped 2 weeks later. You see? Just being concubines to these dudes. You see? This is madness, man. I said the Heavenly Father doesn't permit this. So let's look at some precepts. I looked up adultery. Exodus 20:14. Thou shalt not commit adultery. All right? What is adultery? Adultery is when, okay, a man sleeps with another man's wife. So a man has a woman, say I have a woman, and this is my wife. But sex is marriage, by the way. You got women. They always justify everything. They're talking about, well, he was with her for 5 years and he didn't marry her. Well, wait a minute, motherfucker. She's 19. Nigga, they were 14 5 fucking years ago. But either than that, but again, the Heavenly Father, he doesn't need the worldly custom, the pagan custom of putting a ring on a bitch's finger to acknowledge that y'all together. You've been fucking each other for 5 years. That sex is marriage according to the law. When you come together, become one flesh, that's marriage, man. The Most High recognizes, okay, this is your woman, all right. And so again, if I have a woman, another man lays with her, that's adultery. All right, or say my woman, she goes out, whatever, lays with another man, that's adultery. But in the beginning, men can have more than one woman. See, that's another stumbling block. Men can have more than one woman. Like the point I was making in the Chris Brown video I was going into. Like, bro, women, we don't have a problem with that because again, all these women are throwing themselves at Chris Brown. They don't care if he got 1,000 women. They just concerned about they just want to be 1,001. They're not bitching and complaining about him have more women. They're not like, oh, well, I can't deal with Chris Brown because he's got all these women. No, they happily shut the fuck up and get in line and get a ticket, man. All right, and that's how it's gonna be in the kingdom, man. Women will be righteous groupies, like I made the point in the other video. All right, they're gonna have no problem sharing their husband. They're gonna share righteous men. It ain't gonna be no issue. It ain't gonna be no adultery, man. In the kingdom, like I said in the last video, in the kingdom, it's not like the 144,000, women are gonna fawn at us and just trying to commit adultery with us. And no, bro. Even when you think about Solomon, when he had 1,000 women, it was those were his women. It wasn't like he was sleeping with other men's women and then they no, bro. Bro, man. That's why we can't wait till this wicked world is destroyed, man. Look at Exodus 20:14. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Leviticus 20:10. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. Okay, so again, that's the righteous judgment of God, man. Okay, the man, so that really in the righteous judgment of the Most High, him and her need to be put to death, man. All right. Oh, it's another one. Yeah, fucking again, more adultery. Max Holloway, fucking his so-called wife, fiance, whatever. He was fucking trying to get at this bitch for 5 years when she was fucking already, engaged to another man. Or she was dealing with another man, he was engaged to another man. All right, and now he stole her. The wickedness of this world, man. Like I said, literally, all these niggas do, these degenerates like him, all these niggas do is they sell out to Esau, they get into these secret societies, get to a high level in this world, right? To be somebody in this world, and all they do is commit adultery. All right, they use their fame to just sleep with other men's women. That's all these niggas do. That's why the Lord got a special judgment for these niggas, man. And these women who do this shit. So again, Leviticus 20:10, and the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. Deuteronomy 5:18, neither shalt thou commit adultery, neither shalt thou commit adultery. Proverbs 6:32, but whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding, he that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. All right. See if there's any other one, man. Yeah, like Ezekiel 16, the Lord was comparing Israel to an adulterous woman. It says Ezekiel 16:32, but as a wife that committeth adultery would taketh strangers instead of her husband. You see. Let me get this one. This is Proverbs 30 and verse 20. It says, such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness, man. You see? That's the woman. They think they have done nothing wrong. She said, I'm just She says, Yamal's girlfriend responds to rumors circulating that she dumped her ex for Yaman. I'm just living my life. Again, Proverbs 30 and 20. I'm going to read it again. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness, man. All right, let me get another precept. This is 1 Corinthians 6 and verse 9. It says, know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived, neither fornicators. Okay, which fornication has to do with really a spirit on a spiritual level. All right, fornication is like, again, Israelites, worshiping other gods, worshiping idols, right? It says that's likened to committing adultery to the Most High in the spirit, right? It says, nor idolaters, nor adulterous, nor effeminate, nor abusers themselves with mankind. It says, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of the Most High, man. Right? So again, the point being the nor adulterers, man. So again, these women are getting ready to get wasted, man. These women are wicked as hell. Like I said, let me get Romans. We had brought this out on the line. This is Romans 1 and 32. It says, who knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. Right. So again, these women, not only do they commit adultery, but then they applaud and approve of other women committing adultery, man. So it's just, I don't know exactly I'm gonna give this title, but again, this is hot in the news. More adultery from these celebrities, man. All right. Always, hey, Mr. Steal Your Girl. They really committing theft. All right, and the Heavenly Father doesn't take kindly to adultery, man. And so how about Shimei Shai? And he's going to judge this wicked, adulterous world, man. Like how Shai said, is this sinful and adulterous generation. So, giving all praise to how about Shimei Shai, by Hashem Makakwadash, double honors to Apostle El's Great Millstone, Shalom to Hopeful Elect, man. The Bible Ball, Kwame Asherella, Shalom.